NFL 24 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Again, it's Kamara. Muscles by at the 25. There he goes, right side. Alvin Kamara racing to the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 83 yards. And the Saints go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 21. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now Ritter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Ritter. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 97 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Carr out of throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Derek Carr, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Robinson up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll run with Patterson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega right side.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Carr. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Carr's throw caught by Olave. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 122 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to... And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now. And they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching you do it.
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's the corner. A.J. Terrell getting up and stopping him for a loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D. Has got to be priority one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
First down, Saints.
Kamara try the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Kamara up the middle. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, 67 yards. And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Ridder. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Ridder. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw once more. Here's Ridder. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ridder with it after the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. Smart decision by Ridder, sliding down, and he's got the first. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ridder from the gun. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Check right. Commit red.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Taking it about the 36. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now...
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. 1st down. Here's Ritter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Robinson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Ritter. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And lead is down to 28-10. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On play action, it's Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. Gets past one man. 32-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Brian Brzee, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Ridder and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Back to throw, Ridder. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to Scotty Miller.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Ridder. Into the hands of London. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
And 4 at the 11-yard line.
Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Robinson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
At the 6-yard line.
Ritter back to throw.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Let's go.
3rd and goal. Ritter with it.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Well, this throw caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll be out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Falcons 17. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Now it's Patterson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Here's Ritter again.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Ridder able to get this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Another throw coming up here for Ridder. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patterson. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Ridder now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of...
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Scotty Miller from 4 yards out. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So now Ridder and the Falcons down by 11. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it 1st down. Pass caught, Miller. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now 2nd and 4. Now Ridder. Throw left side. There's London. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Ridder. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. Ridder. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Ridder looks to throw it. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This this one's not over yet. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they can get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get full and protect the ball.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
They run. It's Kamara. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Here's Ritter.
And this one is incomplete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
A final shot now for Ritter.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big time